Now that Game of Thrones is finally over and everyone's pretty upset with the overall season and especially how the show ended, us, the Panic Brothers, me, Simon Zrolla, and Josue Mendez over here, decided to sit down and just talk about what we believe could have been a better ending or a better way to end the series overall. So, Josue, I'm going to say take it away and you tell me what you think about the last episode and how you think it could have been a lot better.
Can I say this last episode was amazing? No.
I mean,
Can I can I say this last episode was decent? No. Can I say that this episode was serviceable? No.
Oh my
Can I
God,
say
Jesus.
that this episode was an episode? Yes. That's my overall thoughts of the finale.
I feel like
So many. Yeah.
I kind of feel that because for me, the final episode felt like someone on YouTube edited the last season of Game of Thrones into an episode. Like, it felt like so many things happening all of a sudden, like way too fast. I don't know what was happening. I was not okay with any of it. The only thing I think I liked was just seeing Jon, Arya, and Sansa just wrapping up. I like that, but everything else was just, man, we really just saw Dany like take over a whole kingdom in 10 minutes, and that was it. She didn't even sit down, dog. Like, come on. Like, that's just, Jesus Christ. That's so bad.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I think I told you this, but I actually did enjoy the episode, but that's just more personally speaking. When it comes to how the episode was, what the episode meant, and how it was made and the writing and everything, it was terrible. I know that makes no sense on my part. I know it makes no sense, but
no, it does, because you can have some you can have some feeling with a show. Like, this is the ending of the show, so I'm gonna feel a certain way watching it. But in the back of your mind, in reality, it's not well written or produced.
Exactly. And now we're just kind of discussing what went wrong with the finale of Game of Thrones, and there are many, many, many things that went wrong with the finale of Game of Thrones.
Can we talk about how does it make any sense that Tyrion, the prisoner, somehow rallied everyone to follow him on picking Bran as the king? That makes no sense to me at all, dog. I don't understand that scene for the life of me. He was a prisoner, and they were there to discuss his sentencing and the future of the kingdom. And somehow he came up with the idea of Bran the king, and everyone was complacent about it. Nobody said that's stupid. No one even argued against it. Everyone's like, no, yeah, we only got 30 minutes left in the episode, so we might as well say yes. Like, son, come on.
What confused me is that we now have a Stark leading the North, and somehow, which is now a different kingdom entirely. And now,
also, yeah, the way he let that by really quick too. That was really quick. Of like, we want to be isolated, sure, whatever. Like, that was really quick too.
Isn't it just weird that why is every other kingdom cool with that? Like, oh yeah, cool.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you it's so quick and just brushed over. Just wait, we could do that, and no one argued that. They were like, okay, sure, I guess we're just 6 now.
At that point, if you just saw that happen, wouldn't you just want your kingdom to also be by itself?
Oh, dude, after all this, you would.
Because, why would... What power does King's Landing even have at this point? They're probably the weakest... It's probably the weakest city or town.
There, dude.
Yeah, compared to every other kingdom, compared to Dorne. Why would Dorne listen to anything that King's Landing says now? It doesn't make sense,
dog.
Like...
Also...
Especially with someone who has no right to be there, technically.
Yeah. I also kind of feel like the Unsullied kind of just took the L gracefully for some reason. Like, they really just didn't rebel or get upset. They just said, okay, sure, well, I guess we'll move on. Like, that just seems so, unrealistic to me. They lost their queen. They're gonna, rebel. Are you kidding me? How do they not rebel and just stay like, all right, well, Jon Snow goes up to Night Watch? That's cool with us. That's kind of wild to me.
Even, I don't know. I think what really kind of hurt it was our time jump how long was that? About a couple of weeks after the death of Daenerys,
What the
I'd
whole
say.
Tyrion Brandis King thing?
No, like so we had a time jump right after Jon killed
Yeah,
Daenerys, and it was about like a couple of weeks, right?
yeah. I'm assuming
Yeah, I feel like that was kind of a disservice to us, the fans, because we didn't get to see
how that
the
played out.
anger that was lashed out.
Oh, I
To be
imagine.
honest with you, no, that's another wrong right there, actually, because we never. How the hell did people deduce that Jon was the murderer?
Yeah. Also, that
There's
like that kind of
there was
there's
never a
no body.
body.
Yeah, there's no body. Like how John. Okay, honestly, I can totally see what the Game of Thrones writer would say, and a Game of Thrones writer would say, "Oh, well, Jon Snow character would just admit that he did it." But still, that's kind of dumb that we don't see any of that, and we just gracefully just take that. I guess. Well, not even gracefully. We just have to take it by force.
Exactly, and on top of that, I know there's been so many memes about this. I get it. Actually, I don't get it, but how did Drogon?
I was
Why
just
did
about.
Drogon?
Yep. Yep.
What is Drogon?
That scene made no absolute sense. I don't care if you claim that was symbolism. That was so stupid. He really okay. Even before Drogon blew fire on the throne, he was just blowing fire everywhere. That's just what. And then he doesn't hit John. That what? That doesn't make any sense. And then why does he aim for the throne? Why does he aim for the throne and then take like Daenerys? That doesn't make any sense at all. We've never seen a dragon have any sense of self-awareness. And all of a sudden it does and realizes what the throne represents and decides I must crush the patriarchy of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah, it. I've heard so many theories about this, and honestly, I'm getting kind of tired of listening to the theories because at the end of the day, truthfully, your theory is probably wrong because D&D were not that smart.
No, they just want to
Like,
get it over with. They're like, it'll be cool, I guess, if we destroy the throne, and then he flies away. That sounds alright to me. Like they didn't put that much thought into it.
yeah, like all these theories that everyone used to have back in the day, let's say a couple of seasons ago. Oh yeah, totally on board. Now it's uh now I'm just gonna like I just feel like the explanation for everything that happened this season and in this finale is laziness and just let's just get it over with.
Yeah, honestly, it just feels like they're just trying to cap it all off. So it doesn't really seem like they have any real thought behind anything they did in this. How do you think you can improve upon this, though? What do you think you can make it do to like make this episode, better? Because the only solution I can think of is a longer season, but yeah, we didn't get that.
So you're saying what if we have everything we had in these past 5 episodes of like if we just still had this 6th season
Yeah, if we
episode.
only had
let's
6,
start-
how could
let's-
you fix it? Because I don't know how to, honestly. It's way too short.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so how do we fix that ending? And we still had 80 minutes.
Yeah, you only have 80 minutes, and you only have 5 episodes of that last season.
Okay, so 80 minutes to fix 5 episodes worth of mistakes. um, gosh, there's okay. First of all, I wouldn't make Bran king, not at all.
Yeah, that I don't like that still.
Yeah. I think there had to be a better way to deal with Arya's character arc. I feel like if anyone was going to kill Daenerys, let's say Daenerys had to die, I would rather have it had been Arya, to be honest with you, compared to
Yeah,
Jon.
I wouldn't have mind if Arya did like a face swap of John. That would be pretty cool.
Exactly, yeah.
But
That would have
but
been
we just didn't get any of that.
I wouldn't have Braun as the Lord of Coin because that's just stupid.
That was stupid. That was so, I know that Tyrion has to like uphold the promise he gave him, but making him Lord of Coin is like that table felt so forced. I was like, come on, dog, this is dumb.
Yeah. Honestly, so I mentioned this in our episode of who's gonna be king or who's going to sit on the Iron Throne. And I told you that as much as I want Jon Snow to sit on the Iron Throne at the end of that season, I also don't want him to. And that was something that I did at least like. That I
He
was
didn't take it.
subverted. My expectations were subverted. And I feel like if I had to change the episode, I feel like I still wouldn't have him as king, just because
No.
if he was king, like he's been so adamant about that, and I feel like that's definitely true to his character that he just doesn't want it. He
No,
doesn't
yeah,
want a
it's
king,
kind of clear.
and if he was gonna be king of anything, it would not be of the Iron Throne. It would be of the
No,
North.
also, I feel like it would have. The way I would have done in the last episode is I just wouldn't have the throne there. Just don't continue the throne system. Why not just have it so that you can, like, when Sansa said, "I want to be independent," everyone else said the same thing, and then everyone just becomes independent. Why keep the throne there? It looks like you're not governing anything. King's Landing is done for, like you just said a minute ago.
And not
So,
even
like,
that.
why keep a throne?
When Sam flirted with the idea of a democracy and everyone laughed, I was like, dude,
that was funny as hell.
dude. But like honestly, like if we just ended the episode that way, where it was kind of like, yeah, then we're now transitioning to a new system where there's no longer like you said, no longer a system of thrones and like just one throne for the entire seven kingdoms. No, we have a democracy now. We have independent kingdoms now. Like, dude, like that'd
Just
be
yeah, a system change would have been so nice. I'm like, you know what? I can see it's happening, and I accept that. But after all the BS of the last like 8 seasons, you're telling me that the characters decided it's still okay to continue doing that?
especially
That's just
Tyrion,
dumb.
especially Tyrion.
Yeah, Tyrion. Like, come on, man. Like,
Okay, and
that's not a Tyrion idea to make.
oh god, and there's something else that I had to mention. It's just the when Tyrion was given the book, A Song of Ice and Fire, of course.
Oh yeah.
And his name wasn't mentioned once. I'm sorry. Why isn't Tyrion Lannister not mentioned in the history books, given every single thing he has ever done?
I don't understand why after Tyrion was the one who came up with the idea of Bran becoming king, how even after that do you not consider putting his name in? That's so wild to me. Doesn't make sense. I think maybe they wrote it as a joke, but it's not really that funny. It's kind of messed up. It's like, dog, you're telling me it's his character still not recognized towards the end? Come on, that's ridiculous.
After being kidnapped, after being accused of killing Joffrey, after being the hand of Daenerys, after everything he's been through in this entire show, you're telling me that he's not
doesn't get one mention
worthy of the history books. But I don't know, Hot Pie is probably like
I think if I was also making the episode, that Daenerys speech, I feel like it's a great idea to have, and it was a good thing to execute if you had more time. But since you only have 80 minutes, I don't think the speech had any purpose. It really didn't. Like, that speech really didn't mean anything to me. I understand maybe it was like the speech was supposed to make the audience think, oh, Daenerys is going to continue. She's going to continue going over the world. But it's like, dog, like, come on. Like, we already know she's mad in the head. Like, to make her do a whole speech just to then get stabbed, like, a minute later, it just felt unnecessary in my opinion.
Yeah, to be honest with you though, I did really enjoy like the first 20 to 30 minutes of this episode, just seeing the consequences of what Daenerys did to all of King's Landing. I really enjoyed that. I'm not gonna lie to you, like I thought that was probably my favorite bit of the entire episode. But I do agree with you. That's kind of been a terrible fault of this six episode season. Just like, okay, we kind of need to hurry this up. Like, can we please keep moving?
No, yeah. So it's just like you don't even have time to really sit down with what just happened. It just moves on so quickly.
Exactly. If I was taking over this episode, I wouldn't give 2 minutes for Tyrion adjusting the chairs.
Yeah, that was come on. That felt so dumb.
I was just like, dude, are you kidding me? We still need to see Jon Snow. We still need to see Sansa. We still need to see Arya. Like, what? Why? What is going on?
I don't, like I said before, I don't mind Arya, Sansa, and Jon's end, but if I had to, I think Arya's end I would change. I don't understand her logic of exploring the rest of the world. That never really came up. That's never come up in the show that she's wanted to explore the world. Like, never. She's mentioned she's want to kill people. She's mentioned she doesn't want to be royalty. but she's never mentioned when she wants to explore the rest of the world. So why all of a sudden does she want to do that? Sansa like has hinted at that she was gonna become queen. Like it's happened, and it's good. It makes sense. Jon going back to Night's Watch. I mean, he's been there before. It makes sense. It's like back to square one again. Seeing ghosts is really nice to see too. That was a really touching moment. But Arya leaving to explore the world. What? Christopher Columbus? Like that doesn't make any sense, dog.
Yeah, that was a little like I don't know. I feel like it's not completely against her character, but I get you. I just wish we saw some build up to
Yeah,
her
maybe
wanting
like
that.
her mentioning it before or something, but like I never remember her once mentioning that. So it was like, what?
Yeah. I would personally change Brienne being in King's Landing because she made a promise to Sansa and the Stark family to protect them. Why is she in King's Landing?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all either. Like, and all of a sudden she's hooked on Jaime now, so that's her character now. I hate that her character went from someone who like rose to knighthood to a person who's whipped on Jaime. That's so disrespectful to her character, dog. She should be stronger than that. Come on, like don't make her character just the result of Jaime being a dick. Like she's a lot stronger than that. You should make her go out as an actual knight and someone respectable.
Exactly. And honestly, are you kidding me? So the North is its own independent kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to listen to whatever King's Landing and the Six Kingdoms tell them.
Yeah.
Because they're separate.
Yeah.
So why, especially when they're family, like, are you kidding me? During that last scene of when it was Jon and Arya and Sansa and Bran, like all saying goodbye, I was really low-key hoping for Sansa to be like, yo, don't worry about it, bro. Come with me. Like,
oh, and just take Jon.
Yeah, and like, cause I don't get it. I don't get it. Why do you have to listen to the Six Kingdoms? Why does it matter?
Well, like,
why does it matter what they say?
Didn't he like low-key also not really go to Night's Watch? He kind of went north, so I'm pretty sure like, you know, it's like who really cares? It's Jon. So at the end of the day, I think they kind of did that, but I kind of feel you where it's like, Sansa, why do you need to listen to them? Like you're independent.
Exactly. You made a big case about how you're independent, and you could have easily said, excuse me, Jon's my brother. He ain't getting banished anywhere. I don't care what you say, Grey Worm. You can go suck your imaginary cock, and then we go, and I'm taking my brother. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, honestly, this episode really had my heart broken for Jon.
Jon got played, but I kind of felt a little happy at the end knowing that he was north again, like north of Night's Watch, like he was with the Wildlings. That made me happy because I was like, you know what, he's probably just gonna live his life with the Wildlings. He's not really gonna do Night's Watch, so I had a small glimmer of hope for him. But I do feel like he got played really hard, and it's kind of like BS that like they claim that they sent him to the Night's Watch because if they didn't, Grey Worm and then Sully would be upset. But it's like, screw them. Like, your queen was a madman. Like, dog, don't listen to them. Just do what you guys want. I think the Six Kingdoms can handle the Unsullied if they want to rebel.
Can I just ask a personal question before we end this? What is the point of the Night's Watch now? I'm not joking.
I didn't even think about that.
What is the point of them? There's no White Walkers. The Wildlings are cool with everyone now. What?
Yeah, literally there's nothing to really protect the realm from.
God, there's nothing left. It's
literally just kind of jail. They kind of just send people there just like for like messing up, honestly, at this point.
Honestly, is it even that bad of a jail compared to what we've seen in Game of Thrones? Like,
yeah, no, it's actually pretty good.
Really is not that bad, especially now that there's nothing to protect. Like, you can just go up. You can go upstate now, I guess.
Upstate.
Go upstate to go.
It's like New York.
Hang out with the Wildlings.
Yeah. Hang out at Westchester.
Hang out in Westchester of Westeros, the Westchester Westeros, and hang out with the Wildlings and go hunt, or you go back to the Night's Watch and just chill with your bros and like.
Yeah, and
I guess you can fix the wall, but
I
what's the
never
point of fixing
realized
the
that
wall?
there's no threat. Yeah, you don't even have to patch that hole up. You're good. Like there's nothing beyond the wall anymore, dog. Like I didn't even think about that.
Stupid.
They definitely didn't give that thought. They definitely didn't give it thought. They're like, screw it, let's send him a nice watch because that's where he started, and it makes his character complete. And then they call it a day. But man, it's just not good, man. And like I feel like
Terrible.
even with these things that we just mentioned to make it better, it still wouldn't be that great of an episode because of just the season's pacing. We just need a lot more episodes, but I think everyone knows that by this point.
Yeah, we should.
Overall, I mean, sorry, what?
We should have had at least 9 seasons. Honestly, to be honest with you, like
I even argue 10. Honestly, man,
yeah.
a lot more content. Honestly,
I said at least 9.
But-
At least 9. But I can go for 10.
no, yeah.
There's just too much.
Overall, though, I mean, like, say what you want. We're gonna look back at this and look at it as like one of the great shows that we remember watching season by season.
Yeah.
Even though it ended so like poorly and bad taste in our mouth, we're gonna look back at it and remember the good television that it was.
The best 6.
So, I mean, like, I'll take what I can get.
The best 6 seasons ever, and then 2 extra side 2 extra side seasons. 2 extra.
You buy the Blu-ray collection set and just dump out season 8, 7. You just dump them right out.
Honestly. It,
Oh man.
and now we just have. Now the question is, I mean, we're not gonna touch on this, but just saying the question is, what's next? What's next for Game of Thrones? We have 3 spinoffs in the making for this, and for this franchise, and it's what's the hype level? What's going on? Like,
the hype definitely is dying because I feel like a lot of people HBO subscriptions have like trailed off. But I still feel like there's definitely potential for a future that was just as big as this one if you just get the right writers that really care.
Oof, but it's still, man, to get everyone worked into the story again, and it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know what my interest is in for another show in this.
I think it's possible. I'm just saying that I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think it is possible. I don't think I myself would get involved if it came up unless it was 3 seasons in and people start talking about it. But I see it's a possibility, but it's not a strong one. People are definitely losing already interest in Game of Thrones as it is. I know people who still haven't finished the season because they just lost interest. Yeah, they stopped at like episode 4 and they're like, all right, well, I really don't care.
Oh, that's terrible. That's so terrible.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to our episode on what went wrong with the Game of Thrones finale. Please let us know your thoughts on what personally went wrong. If you liked the episode, hey, please let us know. If you didn't like the episode, which you most likely didn't, let us know what your thoughts were on the episode and what our thought and like just your thoughts on our thoughts. Make sure to like and subscribe for more episodes just like this, and just stay tuned for what we have in store.
Take care, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.